What's up, guys? Back again. Um, so before we get into things, I'm gonna turn my AC off. It's a little loud, the recording. Um, before we get into the episode, my intro real quick. Um, so I was actually pretty. It's Friday Night SmackDown night. I'm recording it the night of July 10th, Friday. But I did not watch the show fully with my co-host like usual because I was just busy. Just had some life stuff to do. I was just busy. I was out. Didn't really get to watch the full show. Um, so I'm recording this alone right now without him. I actually didn't tell him about this. Well, I thought I didn't tell him. We were talking about it, and he pretty much said he'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I was like, yeah, but I'm busy tomorrow, so I might just record tonight. I don't know yet. So I'm either gonna record this and upload this tonight, or I'm gonna just delete this recording before it's even uploaded. I'll just re-record this whole thing tomorrow of him. I don't know yet. So you may or may not see this upload. Like just make it delete. And you might just get a whole new recording of him to me and him tomorrow. But if we don't recording tomorrow, then this will be the one that's uploaded, pretty much. So yeah. So this maybe we might retake this one, but I don't know. Most likely this will be the one I upload though. I like to stick with my first plans. I don't like changing plans last minute, so this will probably be the one that gets uploaded. But yeah, that's my intro. So I'm gonna go over SmackDown now. Let's get started with the first segment. Okay, so the show starts with SmackDown GM Nick Aldis in the ring. He greets everyone and explains his professional situation. He feels justified in his actions in the altercation of Gunther a couple weeks back, but he also admits it's his responsibility and he went through medication and is no longer on a leave. Nick Aldis then introduces out the new from Monday on Raw. Not unfortunately, but I feel bad for Sami Zayn still. Um, New WWE champion CM Punk. So Punk comes out. Um, CM Punk has come out, and Punk says, sorry. Punk says he always pauses before he comes out to live audience and wonders what he's going to say. Those three words come to mind. He missed us. Over the last 2.5 months, he's been negotiating with WWE management, USA Network, NBC Universal, spearheaded by Nick Aldis to bring him here to SmackDown. On Monday, those negotiations were expedited. Sorry, tongue twister there. When he was told the WWE champion needed a challenger, and when title opportunities fall out of the sky, Punk catches them. He put his gear on at home, got in the car, and drove to the Allstate Arena. And now he gets to ask you the question of is it great to be alive on a Friday night as the WWE champion or what? Um, he says he's not like other wrestlers or champions, and if you saw what he did on Monday on Raw, he's going to be that guy on Friday on SmackDown. And that means wrestling on TV and defending this title every chance he gets. When you're calling yourself the best in the world, it's not just because you're cocky. It's to put the pressure on your back because you know the locker room is full of individuals talented who want what you have. So he's gonna make it simple, as he and Aldous discussed before the show went on the air. If you think he has something of yours or you want to fight the best in the world, he's not hard to find. He'll defend the title with his blood, sweat, and tears, and he'll do it against anybody. He heard what Sami Zayn said about him on social media. He understands those feelings, but if Sami wants a shot, he'll give him one. Who else is in that locker room? Gunther. He might regret saying Gunther, but they're not strangers, and if he thinks he can beat Punk, come and try because he knows he can beat you. Who else is there? Punk says, Finn Balor. Him and Finn Balor have gone to war twice recently. Once in his home turf, and once on Finn Balor's home turf. And anytime, any place he wants to do on neutral territory, he's your Huckleberry. He says Royce Keys, Damian Priest, Trick Williams. As he's saying all these, Cody enters. Great. Cody gets in the ring and gently, what's it called? Sorry. He asks how Punk's eye is, and Punk says it looks worse than it feels, but he knows Cody didn't come here to ask about his eye. So what do you want to talk about? Cody says, yeah, he didn't come out here to ask about his eye, but the last time they were in a ring together, it was him with the black eye, and Punk was talking about title matches falling out of the sky, and yeah, that happened. But then there's championship matches that have been building for years. Punk says he assumes he's talking about the two of them having a match, and yeah, they've both avoided this for some time, and maybe that's why he mentioned Cody's name. They're friends, and he doesn't want anything to come between them. And he figured that when this happened, it'd be the main event at WrestleMania, but he doesn't think they can run away from this anymore. Cody agrees and says when they were in the ring previously, roles were reversed. He told Punk to just say when, and he doesn't know if maybe the situation is. Punk says when, and Cody enters SummerSlam. Um, And pretty much he says it like pretty angry. It didn't intend to be that way, I guess. They shake hands. Nick Aldis makes the match official for SummerSlam. So, our 2 main events for SummerSlam are now official. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Great. I'm excited for the match. Just don't like how we got there. Sami Zayn being screwed and having nothing on the card. That was it for that. Then we get Jade Cargill and her group of Meech and BFAB backstage being interviewed. They talk about how many beatings Alexa Bliss will have to take before she learns her lesson. Jade Cargill says she won't be responsible for the beating she gives Alexa Bliss in their match tonight, but Charlotte will. That was that. Now let's go to our first match. After the setup last week on Beatdown, it's Finn Balor versus the MFT's Tama Tonga. With Tama Tonga at ringside. Decent match, fun stuff. And in the end, Finn Balor does win the match of a coup de grace. Post-match, Tama Tonga climbs to the ring, but Finn gets out of there and runs to the safety of the ramp, pretty much. And there was his 2 sweets up. How was that? Let's talk about here, the solid match. Then we get Carmelo Hayes being interviewed backstage. He says all he's done is prove and all he's done is deserve. And Lil Yachty is a great sidekick for Trick Williams because all of his best songs are features. People say Aura and Superstar by Trick Williams, and it's true, but those things don't beat hard work from somebody like him. Melo don't miss, and it just isn't a catchphrase, it's a lifestyle. And he's gonna prove the Trick that he is him tonight. Then, after that, we get R-Truth pays up World Cup bet he made of Axiom, saying that him and Fraser, pointing out to him and Fraser as they walk away that the UK has never won the Super Bowl. The War Raiders, AAA World Tag Champ War Raiders, roll up being all impatient about their title match proposal and threaten Truth. But then Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu come in. Jimmy asks Truth if he's seen Solo Sikoa around, and Truth says he's homesick taking care of his kids. Jacob Fatu asks if he's seen Royce Keys, and Truth says he's never seen him a day in his life. Damian Priest comes in and tells Jacob right where Royce is, and the Samoans just turns his head off. Yeah. And Truth asks Damian how he could betray Royce like that, and Damian says Royce isn't their responsibility. Then in the back, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis is on the phone with Sami Zayn. He tells Sami he gave him the leave he requested, and he's GM, and he had to book a championship match for SummerSlam, and his decision is final. Gunther comes in and says he's not going to star anything, he's not going to rat Nick out to the bosses, but he belongs in a title match. And he doesn't care if it's against Punk or Cody or both, but it's up to Aldis to fix it. Nick says he'll take it under consideration, and Gunther tells him to consider it well. That was that. Then Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu come in the ring, and Jimmy says there's only one reason they're here on SmackDown tonight, and tells Solo to get out of here, but Royce Keys comes out instead. Jimmy says he don't look like Solo. What are you doing here? And Royce Keys says his issue was last week Jimmy mentioned his name, and this week he's mentioned his name, so he's brought Royce to that ass. What? He figures Jimmy is here to handle family business, but their family business is starting to affect him. Jimmy tells him it's all about OTC business. Royce asks if he means the guy he runs plays for, who isn't here. And Jacob steps up, and the tension gets all angry. It's pretty cool. He tells Royce that they're tight, and he wants to keep it like that. Royce can say something else about anyone else, but when it comes to OTC, please don't go there. Royce tells Jacob it doesn't have to be like that. Jimmy tells Royce he doesn't tell him what to do, and he'll say again, he's not part of the family. And Royce says, blood don't make your family, loyalty does. You know how many family members he's lost? Jimmy's family has brothers fighting brothers, cousins fighting brothers. Royce Keys wishes he had a family to call. For the last 14 years, Jacob's been his brother, and he refused to let him fall. That's pretty much it. And then things get crazy. What else? And Jacob says to Jimmy, there's no we here, I'm out of here. He's wanting to be involved pretty much. Jacob leaves. And so then it's Royce Keys versus Jimmy one-on-one. With no one at ringside. Then toward the end Solo Sikoa's at ringside, but he wants to use his one spike, but Jacob Fatu comes out to save Jimmy. Jacob and Solo brawl, and then because of that, Jimmy Uso wins. After the match, Jacob takes Solo to the ring and stomps a mother hole into him. Royce turns Jacob around and tries to talk sense to his old pal, Jacob hears him out for a minute, then super kicks him in the face. And Jimmy slots a chair in for Jacob. Jacob puts Solo in the chair and tells him to fall in line and get the family at Raw on Monday because next time he won't stop. Then we get footage of Sami Zayn's post-Raw promo. It's really good. Then CM Punk interview backstage. He says he hopes everybody's upset about Cody getting a title match because he wants everybody to get in line. Cody, Gunther, and as far as Sami Zayn goes, he's heard worse. And Candice LeRae comes in saying Sami is the only one there for Johnny, and for 9 days they had hope for the underdogs. Punk tells the two of them to stop whatever they're doing and get back in the ring. And Punk runs to Finn, and Finn pretty much says, welcome to SmackDown, champ. That was pretty cool. Then we get Fatal influencing a video package, talking about how they're going to be the center of attention next week when they challenge Brie and Paige for the tag titles. And now we get to go to our next match. Alright, so, next match. It's Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill. Jade gets distracted by Charlotte at first. At the beginning of the match. The match goes. And toward the end, B-Fab gets Alexa out of the ring, but Charlotte snaps Jade's neck over the ropes. Charlotte hits Mia back on the floor, but B-Fab puts Charlotte's face to the post. Alexa gets B-Fab away, but Jade wins by pinfall. It's Jade. After the match, Mia tries to bring a chair and just attack Alexa, but Charlotte saves her pal. But then Jade returns, and the baddies overwhelm Charlotte, and they pretty much snap Alexa's arm in the chair. Yikes. You see Alexa Bliss's trick elbow hyperextended and limp at her side. And she's multi-jointed. She's that cool thing of her wrist. Then we get, and that was all second by the way. That was title stuff. Then we get the U.S. champion Trick Williams and Will Yachty hanging out in the back, and Yachty reveals that he got Trick a special title belt. The strap is all furry. It's really cool. Yachty says one condition though. He's gotta give Carmelo Hayes a double diamond ass whooping tonight. And that will be our main event match. But first, we see Carl Flirt taking Alexa Bliss into the trainer's room, and that's really it for that. Now we go to our main event. Alright, it's Trick Williams for U.S. champion Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes. Will Yachty ringside for Trick. This Trick Williams did not defend the U.S. title here. This was a non-title match. As Will Yachty said last week, you gotta earn title shots to be the champ. Open challenges are no more. So, yeah, there's a non-title match. Trick's not defending the title. And Ricky Saints is watching him ringside as well, so he's still on the hunt with the title as well. Solid match, fun stuff. And toward the end, basically, as Carmelo Hayes goes up the top rope, about to do a top rope move, Baron Corbin comes out and pulls him off the turnbuckle behind the rush back. Not behind the rush back, sorry, the brush still up, yeah. Baron Corbin's back. He attacks Carmelo Hayes, which causes the ref to ring the bell, goes to a no contest. And Corbin beats both guys up and hits end of days on both of them. So, Bishop Dyer, after being on Indies for like about a year, being a tag team champion of Dijak, he's no longer there. He's now back in WWE as Baron Corbin again. And it's great to see him back. Hope they use him because his like comeback return NXT run was great. Then he was on the main roster again, back on the main roster again on SmackDown for like a month. They did nothing of him. The team of Apollo Crews, and he was gone. Now he's back and he's a heel again, so I'm interested. Let's see how this goes. Now, that was our main event match. There's one more main event segment though that I'm gonna go get to now. So, Gunther makes his entrance and he says he's giving Nick Aldis enough time. He wants his decision about SummerSlam. Aldis comes down and says he's thought about everything Gunther said, and despite everything between them and how he talked to him in his office tonight, he's gonna give him exactly what he wants. Gunther wants Cody. He'll give him Cody. He wants Punk. He'll give him Punk. He'll give it them at MSG, a Saturday Night Main Event, a tag match. So, at Saturday Night Main Event and at MSG, there will be a tag match. It will be Cody Rhodes, CM Punk versus Sami Zayn and Gunther. And so Cody and Punk against Gunther, and a guy who also wants to get his hands on both of those guys, the last real good guy, Sami Zayn. Gunther tells him he hasn't fixed the mistake. Nick says the only mistake he made is thinking bringing Gunther to SmackDown was a good idea. And the main event of SummerSlam remains Punk against Cody. And then Gunther punches Nick Aldis and puts him into a what's called Gojira clutch, and basically it's like a sleeper hold. He chokes Aldis out until Aldis just pretty much passes out. And Then Cody Rhodes comes out and make the save, but we're out of time. So that was crazy. The Gunther versus Nick Aldis SummerSlam match continues to be teased. I think it's happening. But that was pretty awesome. What else? That was pretty much it. No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, I don't really have any news for you guys right now, so that's really it. Only news I got is maybe like Enzo Amore and Big Cash are still reportedly coming back. They may be coming back at that Saturday main event show because they're both New Yorkers. But yeah, that's really it, guys. Sorry, it's kind of a short one, but again, like when I know my co-host, it's usually when he's here, it's a lot longer because I have someone to talk to and bounce ideas back and forth with. When it's me alone, it's a lot quicker. That's all. So sorry for the short episode. We'll both be back Monday for a longer one for Raw. In the meantime, see you guys next one. Have a good weekend. Peace.